I love when my PC just wants to fucking just fuck everything. Fuck YouTube, fuck this, fuck that type action. Why is it not showing up that I'm live? There we go. Yeah, sorry, fucking... I need to get a new hard drive. My hard drive's fucking shitting. It's being held together by fucking hopes and dreams right now. It's an old hard drive. It's been running and doing shit for like 17 years now. I read on it how old it is. She's on her last legs. This thing has been through some PCs, brother. I bought a PC from a dude long ass time ago. This is probably back like 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years ago, and it came with like, he had like a bunch of fucking old hard drives and shit, and I was like, oh, I'll take the old hard drives, fuck them. It's like, they're empty, they don't have anything on them. He's like, there's empty shell hard drives. He's like, I just have them because obviously I used to work in a computer store, and these are just old hard drives that people just don't want because they're upgrading to SSDs. He's like, if you want a few of them, take them. I was like, oh, okay, it's fucking sweet. He's like, yeah, they have a lot of hours on them, so don't trust them with your life, but they'll hold a few things here and there. And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, this one was, I think, from like 2013 or some shit like that. So this thing is like fucking ancient. It's literally ancient. The graphics card's brand new. Everything else is brand new. Besides the thing that holds the games, which is the hard drive. Which I honestly need to go buy a new one here pretty soon, which will be happening. And honestly, it's been doing that ever since I updated the drivers for my graphics card, so I wonder if that's probably a key factor there. But I want the little kid to be conducting it. You know what I mean? Just like a little kid just rocking out like this. You know what I mean? Just go on ham. Just let him compose however he wants. You know what I mean? Just like have him up there as like a suggestion. You know what I mean? It says my composing is a suggestion. You know what I mean? Like make it like a statement as well. You know what I mean? But another thing I didn't mention is I want it to be like a. This is kind of hard to mention because like I have like ideas that I like because you know I'm a wholesome person and I want these ideas to become a thing. But I want it to be like a thing where, like, let's say for example, this sounds really bad, but like I know this shit happens a lot. But like, you know, there's obviously kids that get bad illnesses. You know what I mean? That obviously sometimes can't be treated. Like can't. You know what I mean? They can't do anything about it. So my whole thought behind it is why let that kid have a fucking life that's shitty, sitting in a hospital, doing fucked up shit to him, basically all day, prodding and poking at him. If you can't fix the problem, quit trying to find a fucking solution. Stop. Just stop. You're just hurting them more. You know what I mean? If the chemo didn't work the first time, don't put them through it again. They're a fucking kid, dude. You know what I mean? And I think that those kids deserve to have a fucking life well fulfilled. You know what I mean? Because they don't get to fucking live to be fucking 60. You know what I mean? So I think that anytime that there's like something like that in a music video, it needs to be a kid like that. Sorry, I'm almost tearing up. I'm trying not to cry right now. Because like that shit, it really does like tear at me a little bit. Because like I know some people that had that happen to them with one of their little ones, and it was not a good time for me. Oh fuck yeah, dude! I'm awesome with kids. Like I am, dude. You do understand? Like I have like a filter. You know what I mean? I know what is okay to say to a child and what isn't. Like I'm not even shitting you. My fucking nieces and nephews love me. They love the fuck out of me. Whenever I have to watch them, right? They get excited. They're like, oh, Uncle Johnny's gonna watch us? And their dad's like, yeah, your Uncle Johnny's gonna watch it. And you're like, yes. Because they know we're gonna have fun. You know what I mean? But yeah, like, I think it's a great idea. Because then that kid gets to live on forever. You know what I mean? Like, who says that that video is ever going to get taken down? Who says that that video will never fucking stop entertaining? Doesn't that mean you live forever? You know what I mean? Isn't that what living forever means? Because naturally you can't live forever, bro. It just doesn't work. You know what I mean? Unless science kind of finds out a way to fix that, we're kind of fucked. Which I think if we didn't have the Dark Ages, we would have already been there by now. But that's just me. By now we would have already been on another planet. We would have already fucking done all that. We already been fucking zipping around the galaxy looking for different shit. Finding cures for every disease. Basically, we would be already at a stage 2 instead of a stage 1 planet. Stage 1 is where you harness electricity, be able to make means of transportation very much shorter. Air travel, basically, and shit like that. That's what you would find in a Type 1. Type 2 is where you have like, oh, well, we're starting to make a Dyson sphere around our sun. We can go to every single planet in our solar system. We can go a little ways out of our solar system, if we need to collect debris that's coming from other solar systems, to collect so that we can use it for our cause, aka to make more ships so that we can reach further out in the atmosphere, or not atmosphere, but galaxies, shit like that. But like, in the grand scheme of things, Nobody lives forever. You know? And if I can make it to where, you know, instead of it being like a terrible experience for the few years that maybe that kid has, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like a nice, you know, like last few years, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, you're that kid from the video, huh? And they'd be like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, it's a nice memory, you know what I mean? Bro can smile when he's, you know, when he's still down, he can still smile. Yep, exactly. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime. But, yeah. Um, I have an idea, like, for every, like, situation where I can bring in something like that. So, like, I want to do a thing for, um, because this is actually another really big thing for me. Like, just cancer in general, because it took a few of my family members, you know what I mean? Um, and in my opinion, this isn't just me saying this because I feel like it's right. I'm saying this because this is literally how I think. In my opinion, if it's a kid that has cancer, I feel more sorry for them than a grown person. Yes, a grown person having cancer is messed up, right? I'm not going to say it's not. It's not like that. That's not how I mean it. It is fucked up that you got cancer. You know what I mean? It is. You know what I mean? It is. Like, I cannot fucking stress that enough. It's a fucked up thing to go through. I've seen people go through it. You know what I mean? And you also have to think about this. You're 40 years old. This kid might be fucking 7 and has less time to live than you do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna be donating to the kid's cancer and not the adult. Because in my opinion, like, it sounds bad. But when I think about it, I feel like kids are the most, like, deserving of that shit, because they're not even, like, they don't understand what right and wrong is yet. They don't even understand what the fuck, like, they don't even know how to drive a car yet. They haven't even got to experience what life is. You know what I mean? Before that shit happened to them. You know? They got dealt a shit hand. So why not bend the game to fucking fix their hand a little bit in their favor? You know what I mean? Why not? Type shit. I stand on business on that shit. I ain't gonna lie. But there was a kid that I remember one time I went to school with him, and he was going to school with us for a while, and he always used to tell us, like, oh, I'm gonna be doing a surgery soon. I'm gonna do a surgery soon, right? And we never really knew what his surgery was, and I don't think he did either. You know what I mean? All right, bet. And I was like, oh, that's cool. What are you getting a surgery for? He goes, oh, it's just my head. My head. I was like, on your head? What about your head? He goes, I don't know, just something with my head. I was like, okay, like maybe because he had like a small little, like, I wouldn't say it was like a mole, but it was like a beauty mark on his forehead. I was thinking maybe his parents are getting him, like, a little cosmetic surgery to get rid of that, because maybe when he gets older he might be, insecure about it. I understand that. That's completely fine. You know what I mean? Because it was a pretty decent sized beauty mark. And anyway, he left, and we didn't hear from him for like a month or two, maybe even 3 months. I don't even remember how long it was. It was a long time actually. Now that I think about it, it was almost till the next fucking school year. I think now that I think about it, like think back, it was almost like we didn't see him from like almost the beginning of the school year till the end of the school year. And when he came back, he was like bald, and you looked like, he didn't look the same. You know what I mean? And I was like, "Hey, man, you okay?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." And I was like, "Are you sure? Like, you don't look okay." And he was like, "Well, I don't want to tell nobody, but I had a thing in my brain that they had to take out." And I was like, "A thing in your brain?" You know what I mean? Because we're kids. You know what I mean? I don't understand that shit at this point. You know what I mean? At that point in time, I didn't understand it, but he had a tumor, you know what I mean, in his brain. And they had to, like, because he had, like, a helmet on, too, so it was, like, kind of confusing for me. Like, why is bro wearing a fucking, what looked like a bicycle helmet? And I even asked him, I was like, "So what's up with the helmet?" And he's like, "Oh, well, it's to cover my head because it's soft right now. It's still setting. You know what I mean? Like, it's still getting the bone to actually set and all that shit." And like basically saying, he was like, "Yeah, they took like a piece of my brain out." He's like, I was like, "Oh, a piece of your brain? They took it out?" And he goes, "Yeah, I have it in a jar at my house. My mom wanted to keep it." And I was like, "That's weird." You know what I mean? Like, we're kids. You know what I mean? Like, ew, that's gross. You know what I mean? But like, at the same time, we're having a good time talking about something that's terrible. Now that we're literally adults thinking back on it, but obviously he's not an adult thinking back on it. He didn't make it through it. But sorry, that almost got me. Yeah. Anyway, we went to school the next year, and we had like I'm gonna say like 2 or 3 months. He was still in school, and he'd come to school. And, you could tell every week when he'd come to school, he's just getting worse. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know, man. Like, I can't talk about it much because I get too fucking emotionally invested. But he was like a good friend of mine. You know what I mean? Like, we were fucking friends, like buddies. You know what I mean? Like buddies. You know what I mean? You fucked with him, you were fucking with me, and you did not want to be the one that was messing with him. I promise you that. Like, funny shit, actually. The first time we even met, you know what I mean? Which the friend I'm talking about, his name was Gabriel, which is kind of cool because now he's an angel. But anyway, me and Gabriel, we used to play like Pokemon and shit together at school, and that's how we became friends. Originally, was we were playing Pokemon, and we were making fun of the other kids because they didn't know how to really play Pokemon. They were setting their cards. Oh, fucking! If card people were to watch how these kids played cards, they would literally fucking have a conniption fit. These kids would take beautiful fucking holographic cards. First edition holographics, mind you this. Today would be fucking nearly fucking priceless shit, right? Like Charizards. Fucking beautiful looking Charizards, you know what I mean? And they're setting them up against a wall, right? A concrete wall. And throwing rocks at them, knocking them over, and if they knock it over, they win the card. What? Are you fucking stupid? That's not how a trading card game works. That's not how it works. You find a card that you want to trade. Hey, I have this first edition Blastoise, and I'm willing to trade it for anybody that has a first edition Charizard. Right? If somebody has an extra Charizard, I have an extra Blastoise if you don't have a Blastoise. Right? And that's how you were supposed to make friends in the community, was to trade your cards with other people to collect all the cards. That's how it worked. If you got dupes, that was your money stack. You got to go and trade it with other people. Does that make sense? So my deck that I brought to school was all my trading deck. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I keep all these in my nice binder that I take to all my like actual Pokemon tournaments and shit. No, like that was my separate binder that stayed at the house, never went to school. Because that had a lot of nice cards in it, and I didn't want any fucking kids trying to set my card up on a fucking wall and hit it with a rock. Oh my god. Barbaric fucks. But one of the teachers even said at one time, they're like, yeah, you know that Johnny's right, you know, like you're supposed to just trade the cards outright and not throw rocks at collectible cards, damaging them and taking their fucking value down to the fucking basement. Like, you do know, like, one little scratch on a card, like one little surface scratch on the fucking hollow, like the hollow part, like if it's holographic and it has like a little bitty scratch on it, instantly now it's an 8. Can't get any better score than an 8 with a scratch. It's fucking insane. Like, the type of shit that is all in it. And like, even then, even if you get a card that's fresh out of a pack, you did not touch it with your bare finger. You used a velvet glove, pulled it from the pack, put it directly into a hard sleeve, right? And got it graded. It would still come out, and still might even come out as a fucking 0. The centering might be shit. The holographic material might be very thin and very shitty. There's a lot of shit on cards that's like very finicky, and if it doesn't look right, no one's gonna fucking touch it. It's like you have to have a certain taste to care about that kind of shit. But for me, if I pull a fucking Charizard, I've pulled a fucking Charizard. Okay? I honestly, the card itself excites me, not the value. I find very small gratification in opening up a pack and pulling a Charizard, if it's hollow or not, because I like Charizard. Always have. When I saw him in the first animated movie, I fucking shit bricks and about wanted to fucking go and find one out in the wild so I could tame it and make it my friend, so I could ride it around the sky and burn my enemies to a crisp. Yes, I thought of that as a child because, well, who hasn't? Yeah. Anyway, at some point when I was a kid, I thought Pokemon were real. I made friends with a moth. Because obviously, as a child, you are very whimsy, and you think everything has the ability to understand you, which indeed they do not. All right, bet. But I had a pet moth, and I named it Matthew. Very original, I know. And anyway, this moth was in a jar, right? Well, technically it wasn't a moth to begin with. It was a caterpillar that I found, a caterpillar. And my mother let me keep it, even though she told me 5,000 times, it's going to turn into a moth, not a butterfly. I still insisted that I keep the fucking thing. Now, mind you this, a moth is much different than a butterfly. Sometimes they are born as a butterfly-looking creature, and sometimes they are born as a larva, right? And then they grow into a moth. Mine happened to be a very large moth, so it became a caterpillar first, then turned into a moth. So, or actually no, sorry, there is no moths that come out as fully developed. I don't think. Don't believe. Only flies. There's a few flies that do that, but not very many. Um, but yeah, it just, I don't know. I forgot what I was gonna say. I forgot what I was talking about. I don't even fucking know. It's okay though, cause it didn't amount to anything anyway. I'm just jarbling while you sleep or maybe study. I don't know what you're doing at this point, but maybe you're doing something. And I'm watching. I would watch, but I can't see you through the screen. Obviously, this is a screen, and I can't see anything. I saw you just chew on that pencil, you fucking barbaric piece of shit. And if I just called you out for chewing on your pencil just then, well, aren't I a sneaky man? I'm picking my nose. You're picking your nose? So am I, bro. Wait. So am I, bro. Sorry, I'm terrible with fucking mirrors. So I went like this, right? And so on the camera, it looks like I should go like this to change it, right? But indeed, I need to go this way. I didn't think about it in the aspect of like thinking about which side of my face it's on. I looked in the camera and then went like this. Fucking head ass. I don't know what the fuck that was, but I just decided to do it, so I did it. Almost fell out of my mouth. Bitch. Kind of, it fucks with my head. Dude, I'm okay. Are you talking about, if you're talking about the weird noises and shit? So I have a weird tism tick once in a while when I'm not stoned, cause like the tism ticks go away as I'm getting more stoned and more stoned. And sometimes they flare up, even when I am stoned. But there's like times where I'll sit there and like, I don't know if anybody else has ever experienced this, but I get the what I like to call the zoomies. Okay. Now, when I get the zoomies, if I'm sitting in a chair and I get the zoomies, you'll know because I'll either start bouncing my leg, right? And you'll see the setup do this. And you'll hear the slight disturbance in the force, right? Or I will fidget overly. So like I'll go like this, or I'll just like act more like crazy in general, or just like make noises, like little stem noises to deal with the just instant switch to go. So it's like a weird little coping mechanism. Sometimes I'll be like just to get the energy out, you know what I mean, like in some way, you know what I mean, just like get the little out of me, you know what I mean, because like that's what it is. It feels like a little like kind of thing, you know what I mean. It's like, I don't know how to explain it other than that. It's like your brain for a second wants to be haywire crazy, and then it just goes right back to normal in like a split second. It's like I don't it sounds crazy. Hey man, hey, that might be some Tourette's. You never know, bro. Stress-induced Tourette's is a thing. But anyway, I have a funny thing that I like to do sometimes. Like, you guys might see it once in a while on stream, where I will. Sorry. I will basically just kind of, I don't know, tilt my head in like a really creepy fashion. Just kind of like make like weird noises. Just because I'm like, I have the zoomies and I'm trying to get rid of some energy. That's literally all it is. And I'll give you a demo really quick of what it kind of looks like when I'm stimming and being weird. So like I'll usually like look like this. And I'll just like be doing like a bunch of stupid ass noises. It's basically kind of like a Filthy Frank kind of situation with Pink Guy, you know. Just draw the lines of comparison. The lines, huh? They're straight across, as always. Straighter than my sexual preference, which is pretty fucking straight. There's only a few men where that fucking line kind of bows a little bit. Okay? And it's only because they're very fucking handsome in my view. And it's like, if it was the last thing on Earth, right? Like anything. But there are a few male actors, I will say, be looking fucking fly. You know what I'm saying? Like for one of them, for definite sure. Y'all will agree with me. I know for damn sure. Yes, Ryan Reynolds is on there. But I make a short rebuttal. You're gonna be surprised. Or maybe not. Depending. Ooh. Excuse me. But yes, Ryan Reynolds is on there because I feel like he's like one of those guys that's like, I don't know, I feel like he would try and fuck me as Deadpool. And it's like, I don't know if I like that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like, I don't know, dude. I don't know if I could do that. Because I think he has like a weird personality now where he tries to just act like he did in Deadpool. And it's like, yeah, bro, you did one superhero movie that was really good. And you're trying to get rid of the other one. I get it. I get it. Green Lantern sucked, okay? You don't want to have that superhero tagged to you anymore. So now you're trying to act like Deadpool. I get it. But at the same time, you don't need to do it, bro. You don't need to. Just act like you. I mean, unless that actually just is you, Ryan, then you are just a funny guy. But I think the top of Mount Chiliad, when it comes to like any dude that is famous that I would actually like take a minute thinking about if I would let them do anything to me, by every standard, this would not be me admitting to like anything gay. Okay? If I was presented the opportunity, I wouldn't do it. I'm just saying, like, they are very attractive, and I can say that for a fact. You know what I mean? But for sure, y'all might be thinking of me weird by this. Mark Ruffalo, very handsome man. Okay? Guy that plays the Hulk. Or Bruce Banner, whatever you like to say, in the new movies. Mark Ruffalo, right? Or another superhero man, right? And hear me out on this. Hear me out. Okay, don't. Henry Cavill. Superman. Those two, very handsome. Very handsome. Peak male physique. Make sure I'm saying the right people. Okay, I am. Cool. But I'm thinking like young Mark Ruffalo, by the way. Like we're talking like Avengers, the first Avengers, Mark Ruffalo. We're talking like original Avengers, Mark Ruffalo. So we're talking like, here, one second, let me find one that's like actually pretty decent of him. This one's actually pretty decent. Let me pull it up on the big screen so I can show you guys what I mean. So, this picture of Mark Ruffalo right here, about this age, very handsome man. Look at this angle. Look at that. Look at that jaw. Very nice jaw. I mean, his forehead's a little bit big, but that's okay. You know what I mean? I ain't looking at that. I'm looking at this. I'm looking at the bread and butter, baby. Look at that. Very nice cantle tilt there. Nose is not too bad. Kind of looks like it's a little smushed in this picture, but that's just the angle. But like, honestly, bro is a fucking legend. Bro is a legend. Like, what can I say? What can I say? Bro does have a big off forehead, not gonna lie. Does have a big off forehead, but I got a big off forehead. Let's be real. But and then we also have Henry Cavill. Let's look up a picture of Henry Cavill. Hell yeah. Yes, sir. Fuck yes. This is like my number one right here. Okay, bet. We'll look at it here in like a quick second, my brother. But I just want to show you guys this. Henry Cavill. Henry fucking Cavill, ladies and gentlemen. Henry Cavill. Do I need to say more? Do I need to say more? Any picture you find of Henry Cavill, man looks fucking shadified. Look at that fucking stash. A little bit of chest hair sticking out there. He's being a little brave with that. A little bit of like, ooh, he's got the little lick right there. Damn. Bro's looking good in that picture. I ain't gonna lie. Oh, shit. He's got the whole shits going on in this picture. I like that. Bro looks good. Damn. I mean, it's a little patchy here and there, but I mean, bro's growing it good. He's got some good going on right here. I mean, honestly, if I were him, I would pencil this down, right? And just make it like a nice little penciled throughout here, right? So that way he has like that little patch right there isn't visible that much. You know what I mean? Cut that out, and then just leave this whole big mandible area, right? I think it would look a lot cooler. But like, look at this picture of him during fucking Superman when he lost all that weight. Fuck, dude. Think about that. That's a man right there, boy. That's a man. That's what I'm saying. He's got like the little dimple chin. Like, bro is fucking... That's what I'm saying, dog. Like, there are many people in this world that will say, like, oh, I'm not, like, you know, you can't call another man handsome. That's just kind of weird. What the fuck is wrong with you, dude? If my guy looks fucking fly, I'm gonna say, bro, you looking good. You know what I'm saying? If my guy looks stellar, I'm gonna tell bro, you look good, bro. Not gonna lie, if I was a chick, I'd fuck you. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Is that bad? Fuck no. That's the bro, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think he looks better with a beard. Or just the mustache, actually. Just the mustache looks hard as fuck, too. They fucking photoshopped him with a mustache on fucking Superman. That's awesome. March of the King now has 193, and it's almost at a day. Let's see if it'll break 200. What hits a day? Hell yeah. For real, I'll do that. One second, I forgot. Little Willie. Did you call yourself that because you got a little Willie? Okay, I think you're still on. The W's for me for right now. Yeah, you are. Okay. Mr. T gave me that name. Hell yeah. That's pretty good, bro. I liked it. If I wasn't like half-ass sleepy right now, I'd write something. But I'm like almost gonna go to bed here pretty soon because I'm gonna go to bed at 12:30 tonight. Cause yeah. Like honestly, I was going to write stuff tonight, but obviously, you know, shit happened. So I was like not in the mood the entire time. I was like kind of just trying to distract myself, and I knew what was going on because I could hear it. But yeah, the house is gonna be a lot quieter. There's not gonna be as much drama either, which is very nice. Cause like I'm not. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I just had to go somewhere because like I could still hear them. You know what I mean? Through the sassy Sasquatch shit, I could still hear them in the background screaming because it's like coming through my headset from the microphone. You know what I mean? And especially when you're like sitting there trying to distract yourself, it's kind of hard when your headset is playing what's outside as well. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I'm waiting for somebody to call me queso so I can stand up and show off my fucking what I'm proud of, what I fucking worked for. I'm waiting for somebody to call the queso reference so I can stand up and go like this. Who queso? Who queso? Queso these nuts. That's who. Oh, sorry. don't know what I want to do. But it is almost time for the end of the stream, so we might just take a ripski and head out here in a second. Yeah. Time for bed. But let's get a little not a blinker. But we're gonna take a rip. Dink it and sink it. We'll take 2 5 seconds. Just because I don't want to die. Okay? Two 5-second 5-second rips is the same amount as a blinker, for all you guys wondering. It's just 10 seconds. That's all a blinker is. But it's a lot easier on me if I do it that way, as you can see. But I'll see you guys probably tomorrow. We'll probably be doing something related to smoking tomorrow. Hopefully. Because my lungs are seeming to get tiny bits better by the day. As in, like, I was sick for a little while. So we'll see. But anyway, I'll see you guys later. Peace and chicken grease. Ma bruh. 'Twas very nice, great success.